My name is Shilpi Rashid. I work for BWA under the Sheba project. I worked on the previous Sheba project. We took a slight break and now we've come back. So today I'm going to speak about, we've got a special guest today. Her name is Hafsa, and we're going to talk about stigmas around home care with our South Asian families. She's come from Lancashire County Care, so I'm going to hand it over to you, Hafsa.
Firstly, I want to say thank you for inviting me onto this podcast and giving me the opportunity to speak about such an important topic. So as you mentioned, my name is Hafsa Fatima. I am proud to represent Lancashire County Care, an organisation dedicated to supporting individuals and families across our community within professional, compassionate home care service. When we talk about care, especially within the South Asian communities, it's never just about practical tasks. It's about respect, dignity, culture, and family values. Many of us have grown up with the belief that caring for our elders is not only a responsibility, but it's a privilege.
Of course,
And I truly believe that is something beautiful and worth preserving. So, however, life today looks very different from the way it was 20, 30 years ago. Families are working longer hours, raising children, and managing multiple responsibilities at once. The love and community are still there, but the time and physical capacity can sometimes become stretched. That is where professional care services come in. Not to replace families, what our South Asian communities think, but it's to support families so they can continue to provide emotional connection and culture continuity without becoming overwhelmed. So it's not just about having that personal care aspect. It's also about building friendship, building a relationship, having that companionship. Sometimes our older generation haven't been able to make that friendship, so we can come in and help them build on that, and they can have like a safe space for with somebody, or they can offload to somebody. It's like sometimes it could be a counselling session for them. And we also specialise in dementia support. We tailor our services so that care feels familiar rather than intrusive. So it's more like a family member coming in rather than you've got somebody where, it's a job.
Someone you feel comfortable with.
Yes, that's it. South Asian community, we know that our elders want their independence. They don't want to let go of that, and it's very hard for them to let go of the fact that, oh my God, I have to rely on somebody. So that is a very big thing for us, to make sure that our elders have that independence in their own home, while giving their family peace of mind. That hang on, my mum and dad can go out, they can go to the shop, but they'll have a carer, so they've got that independence with them.
Good for the client as well, isn't it?
Yes.
For their own self-esteem, for their own confidence. Like,
that's it.
I've still got my independence. I can still do what I want to do, but with the support of somebody.
That's it. So, so it builds on that independence.
Right. So I've got a question. So around stigma and cultural beliefs. So how do you deal with stigma in the South Asian families, where using external carers are seen as, how can I say, you're going against your family duty, or you're going against the cultural stigmas, and how do you go about that?
So in many South Asian households, caring for our elders is not just a responsibility. It is seen as an honour and often a religion or moral duty. So when the idea of bringing an external carer is mentioned, families sometimes feel guilty or worried that they are going against their values. I completely understand that feeling, because obviously I come from, an Asian background, and we've been brought up like that. And that is because it comes from a place of love and respect. It's not because, oh my God, I can't do my responsibility.
Because sometimes actually, we've brought carers in, and it's like, you can almost feel the shame, like, oh God, what are people going to think that we're not looking after him properly? We've had to bring somebody else in, or sometimes someone from the community can say, oh, you've got so many people in your family, are you not able to look after them?
No, it's 100%. Yeah, people do. Yes, we do get that quite often. But however, what I often explain is that accepting external support is not about stepping away from your responsibility.
No.
It's about sharing the responsibility in a healthy way. Modern life has changed. Many people are balancing full-time work, raising children and managing financial pressures, all while trying to provide the best care possible for their elders.
Yeah.
Our elders, most of them may be a high risk of falls. So just checking in if they've fallen, like if you at work, what can you do? If you're working in, let's say, Manchester, how are you going to get home within 45 minutes to come and help your mum? So if you've got a carer that's coming in, they can
just pop in and just see how they are.
That's it, just to see, because it's a part of a family.
Of course. Peace of mind as well while she's at work, that somebody's going to go in and just check on mum.
Like I had a client a few weeks ago, the mum wasn't answering the phone. The client rang me and said, oh, Hafsa, so-and-so's, can you just check if your carer's gone? Is my mum okay? And are you sure, like, can you just make sure everything's okay? Within about 3 minutes, I can say, I rang my carer. My carer's told me my mum's phone, the mother's phone's died, so I put it on charge and I ring the son back. So within 3 minutes, she called the son back. But if that was the mum, by the time she go go get her phone to put it on charge, she might even forget to put it on charge. So my carer's gone and done that. So in that way, she's kind of helped the family out. And then she spoke to the son.
And it's so simple, is it? The
That's
thing.
it. Yeah. And she was able to doing that step made the son feel more at ease. Thinking, and it's not the fact that they can't care for the mum, they can, but it was the fact that
they're hand.
That's it.
Definitely.
So like we have seen situations where families felt immense relief because the support allowed them to continue fulfilling their emotional and cultural duties while trained carers handle the physical demanding tasks.
Right.
It often strengthens families' relationships rather than weakening them, and that's what we're trying to get that message out today, to let our South Asian communities know that, look, it's more of a helping hand rather than weakening your relationships with your family.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to talk. I'm going to ask you about dementia and mental health. How do you support families who feel shame or feel loss of respect in the community when seeking help for dementia or mental health? How do you support these families?
So dementia, mental health,
mental health is a big thing,
yes,
isn't it?
It is. It's a very sensitive topic in many communities, not just our South Asian communities, in many communities out there.
100%.
But we fail to, sometimes some of our communities fail to accept that, we've got dementia, or there's mental health issues.
Could that be lack of awareness? Could it be they don't understand it?
Yes, so it can be. And then our South Asian communities don't want to ask for that help. Sometimes the families fear that if others find out, it will affect their reputation or how they are perceived socially. But dementia is a medical condition. That's what everybody needs to understand. It's just like saying, I've got blood pressure, or I've got diabetes.
Yeah, it's an illness.
Yes, or I've got heart disease. It's the same thing. It's not a taboo. It's not a taboo medical condition. No. It is a medical condition. And mental health is part of an overall well-being. Yeah. It's about our well-being, and there should be no shame in seeking support.
It's like how we have physical health, we also got the mental health.
That's it. And like I said, there's no shame in seeking support. No. One of the biggest challenges is that often people wait until it becomes a crisis. That's where I feel like we go wrong. That until a crisis doesn't happen, before reaching, we don't seek help. We don't reach out, which can make the situation far more stressful. Early support can make an enormous difference. 100%. It could bring the level of dementia down. It could help with it. We just need our communities to be able to, for them to be able to identify that, yes, we do have that. And most probably next door has it as well, and 3 doors down will have it. But our communities do need to start accepting it, and there is something called mental health. I know back in the days, you know, our families, it was different there, but the time what was 20 to 30 years ago, that's not where we are now. We have progressed. There's so many things that are changing in life, and we should be able to start accepting these conditions that people have. And if we get that early support, maybe we can overcome that. And it would be a big help. So it's about that companionship, going to Boundary Mill, you know.
So is that where you take the client with you?
Yes, that we'll take them to town. They take them to Morrison's. Our care is Boundary Mill. One of our carer wants to, even though she doesn't have enough hours to do that, but she does want to go to like Bradford or Manchester. So we will, but I know she might not have that enough hours to do that, but we will try our best to accommodate that. So we'll say, okay, we won't go Bradford, we'll go Blackburn. So we can
she
do
still
that.
Gets to go out,
yes, and you know, she might want to get out the community and go see other communities. So we can facilitate for that. So yeah, companionship visits. Sometimes loneliness is a huge factor, and having a regular friendly face can improve mood and confidence. Families often tell us that their loved ones become calmer, more engaged once structured support is introduced. And it does, you know, we've seen the evidence, and there is that evidence that where families do become more, their confidence does build on it. And they become more brighter within themselves.
It's because they're probably going out.
That's it,
feeling like, oh, I've got something to get up for. I've got something to do.
Yeah, and and the oxygen outside. That's it. And that
it,
outside oxygen, it makes a great impact on our mental health. And our health overall.
So another one is language barriers. So with the shortage of carers, how do you go about with South Asian languages such as Punjabi, Hindi, the Urdu, Bengali? How do you manage this when families are referred to you?
So language is deeply tied to comfort and dignity. Especially for our elderly individuals who may revert to their mother tongue as they age. Not being able to communicate basic needs can be frightening. We always try to match a carer who can speak the same or similar language, whether that is Punjabi, Urdu, Hindi, Bengali, Pashto, English, Spanish, Italian. We will try our best to cater for that. Yes, we will. Alhamdulillah, within our care agency, we do have bilingual speakers. So alhamdulillah that we've got that.
That's really good.
So we're not stuck to a certain language. So we do have that, and even a simple greeting. Sometimes we do tell our carers that even a simple greeting in someone's own language can immediately break down barriers. So if it's somebody,
you feel that comfort that, oh God, thank God somebody here can speak what I speak. I can explain what I want to explain.
No, so we've got one carer that goes into a Spanish house, and she's Polish, but she's learned the Spanish, hello, how to say hello, and how are you, or how's your day, and and I think it was, are you okay? No, do you need something? That's it. So she's learned that just to be able to communicate that slight with them. So, and for example, we support a client who spoke very little English and initially felt anxious around new carers. So once we introduced a Punjabi speaker carer, the client became more relaxed, started sharing their life stories, you know, started talking about how they even got here, their past history, like how, excuse me, like how they've, like their journey through life, like they started speaking up, and they started to feel like an attachment to that person, even though it was more of a English speaker, but they knew their mother tongue was Punjabi. So even that, the service user was a lot happier, regardless it was a second language. They felt more like confidence and confidence speaking to them. So where language matching is not immediately possible, but we train our carers in culture sensitivity, respectful communication, and understanding family structures and traditions. Because some families have different traditions and some have other traditions. But within our care, within our agency, we try our best to make sure our carers look at everybody's traditions. It's not, and no, don't look down on anybody. Everybody's equal. That, equality. So this ensures families never feel their loved ones are being misunderstood or overlooked. That's how we overcome them barriers.
Definitely, that's amazing. So here on dietary and religious needs, how do you reassure families that the carers will respect religious practices and dietary requirements such as halal or vegetarian food diets?
So food and faith are central pillars in the South Asian households. Alhamdulillah. Families often worry that an external carer will not understand the halal requirements, vegetarian cooking methods, fasting periods, so Ramadan that's coming up, or like namaz times. These concerns are completely valid because these practices are tied to identity and respect. At Lancashire County Care, we cater for the personalised care plan. So it's personalised to each and individual service user that we have on our books.
So every one of your service users will have their own care plan?
Yes.
Okay.
So
and
we will...
It's inside that one?
Yes. So we will come out to you guys and we will we will come and we'll meet the service user, and we would... with their family and themselves, we will create a personalized care plan that will include the dietitian instructions, the kitchen preference, and the religious considerations. Okay. For example, if a client requires halal food preparation, carers are trained to follow these guidelines strictly. If somebody prays at a specific time, we ensure carers respect that privacy and even provide reminders if requested. Like, oh, uncle, it's namaz time, or auntie, it's namaz time, do you need to read? So we do that for our service users. Yeah. Or sometimes it's like, if they ask, oh, I need to read the tasbih, tell me in about an hour. So they'll, excuse me, so our carers will say,
encourage
uncle,
them,
do you need, so they'll encourage them.
Or remind them, like you said,
Yes, they would. And so, but that will all be put in their personalised care plan. So before our carers go out to see our service users, they will see
They'll have a look through the care plan.
Yes, they will look through the care plan, make sure they understand it. If there's something that they don't, they'll come back to us, say, look, Hafsa, I don't understand this. And if I don't understand it, I will go back to the family and just make sure. So we always constantly keeping in touch with the families as well. Yeah. Just to make sure
it can always change, can't it?
Yes, health can deteriorate within minutes, so you don't know when the changes are. So for us, we are continuously checking the personalized care plans and changing them upon request, on how their health is. If our carers, like one of my carer went out the other day and she goes, oh, Hafsa, so and so has gone, she's gone bedbound from being in the chair, now she's bedbound. We've gone out gone out that evening and done a reassessment for them, and done another care plan, because their care plans are two different. On Monday it was different, and on Tuesday it's totally different. So we once supported a vegetarian client who had very specific cooking preference, and our carers followed detailed instructions provided by the family.
So do you bring in allergies there as well?
Yes.
Because intolerance.
So that's all put in within our care plan. And for example, if there's someone that's got an allergy, we'll make sure our carer is aware of that this is, so if they do take them out on a companionship trip, they'll know that, oh look, they can't take this, so they can't have that. So this level of attention builds trust, and it reassures family that their traditions are not being compromised. And that again, it goes back to the fact that our families that think it's a taboo system, we're not bringing a carer in. It's like having a family member helping you. It's not like the outsider is what we sometimes get called, but we're not more.
Yeah, because nothing's changed. Everything, your values are still the same. We just support. That's what you're trying to say.
So we're just supporting you, just to make it a little bit easier for the families, and sometimes having a different face helps as well.
It's nice to see somebody new coming in.
That's it.
Hi.
And then building that relationship with them.
Definitely.